Just let your beauty shine through. Let it shine through. You're Okay, so I have already completed my skincare and I will link everything that I used in the description box below. So let's get started on our menopause talk. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and apply my eye cream because I did not apply my eye cream. And the one that I'm going to use today is by Paula's Choice C5 Super Boost Eye Cream. Here it is right here, and it has vitamin C in it. Hopefully you can know what my... Alright, it's kind of light, but yeah, it says with 5% vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, and peptides, polypeptides. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just apply this under my eyes. So let's see what's going on with these hot flashes. Okay, with this menopause. I am currently still having hot flashes, pretty bad. And you know, I've changed my diet. I really have changed my diet. I'm eating protein and vegetables and not eating a lot of starches. I've limited my caffeine because I am a coffee drinker, okay? I am a coffee drinker. But let me go back some. For those of you that do not know, I am 52 years old. Okay, I started hot flashes probably in my 40s. That was the beginning of the hot flashes. I didn't know what was going on. I went to my doctor. I was like, hey, I am having a hot within. That is the best way that I could describe it. You know, a hot within. And she said, oh yeah, this is around the time that you should start premenopausing. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about, premenopausing? And she's like, yes, you know, you can premenopause for up to, you know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years or so. Or more. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? So that was my first introduction into the premenopausal stage. 40 to 45, 50 on up. I've had hot flashes. You know, my skin has changed. We talk about this all the time, how your skin changes. You can't do the same things that you used to do with your skin. Not just your skin, your overall body changes. It's so many things that's going on with your body. It's like, what is going on? And women do not talk about this. Sometimes we just suffer in silence. We never talk about this, which I really think is a shame. So that's why I started saying maybe every other month we'll start really engaging and having conversations about this menopause, because it is a real thing. If you do not know that other women go through this, you'll think something is wrong with you, or something, you know, something is going on with your body. When this is a natural thing and all of us have to go through it. Most of the time, unless you have like a hysterectomy and things. And I hear when you have like a hysterectomy, you don't have that. And then I hear some people still do. So, you know, it's something that we just all need to talk about. The weight gain, the hot flashes, the mood swings, and so forth. And thank God that my husband, I have an understanding husband. Let me go ahead. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this NARS. This is a Soft Matte by NARS. Now my skin is super hydrated. NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. This is one of my favorite foundations. One of my favorite. I think I had it in my favorites video. I love to use this for a simple, it's like a simple natural makeup look. I don't like to have like a lot of makeup on now. As I've gotten older, it seems like, you know, this is the time when you should start kind of removing some of the makeup, not piling it on like the youngsters do. You know, you still want to look nice and have your skin look flawless, but you want to have a natural flawless look. So what I do, I just put a little bit on my makeup pan and kind of just dab it on like this. And then I am using the 106 brush by BK Beauty. And I'm just going to kind of, I don't know what you call this, but kind of splatter it around like this a little bit. You know, I put a little bit at a time on here just to get the coverage that I'm looking for. I don't want it looking full coverage. I'm not looking for that. I want a full natural looking coverage. And this shade, let me see, is Hunana. Anyway, medium deep 2.6. That is the shade that I'm in. Again, I will list everything. So if I don't mention the products, I will link it all in the description box below. Okay, I promise. So, and then I like to just kind of swirl it around just to make sure I'm really blending in everything. You really do not want the foundation to just lay there on your face. You kind of want it to blend into your skin and your neck area. I do not like when foundations, your face is one shade and your neck is another. I don't like that at all. And so, you know, yeah, with menopause, you start seeing hair growing on your face and all kinds of things. Like, you're like, what is going on? Like, really? Now, with my foundation, as I've gotten older, I do not bring the foundation all the way up to my eyes. I do not do that. That is the place where you do not want a lot of makeup, okay? Especially if you're going to use concealer, you don't want anything kind of packed on here. So I just go right up to here. And that is it. Now I'm taking a damp beauty sponge and just kind of going over it. Just to make sure there's nothing just laying there. And it is not going to take off too much. I like to do this because it gives me just the right amount of coverage, you know. Sometimes you have to go right around after you finish tapping all around your face. I like to go right around the edges just to really make sure everything is blended seamlessly, okay? So that is all for the foundation. And I think it looks pretty good. It looks pretty natural. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to start on these eyebrows. So, and I always keep it light and simple. Again, you know, I use browns and taupes on my eyebrows, nothing really dark. I do not use dark eyeliner pencils or black at all, okay? I use maybe browns, dark browns, things like that. But yeah, you know, when I was going through this, I think none of my friends really talked about it. And, you know, so I would say, oh my goodness, I'm so hot. None of my friends was going through this. Only me around this time. So, you know, I really didn't have too many people to talk to. My mom, she's older. She understands. And she's like going through her own thing. She's like, honey, well, I am this age. And wait till you get this age. So, you know, sometimes you just really need someone to relate to what you're going through at that time. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like all this flab and all of this. Like, where does all this stuff come from? You start seeing so many things that you're like, what is going on, right? Okay, so anyway, I'm just going through. I do not take a lot of time on my brows. This is the one area that I don't take a lot of time at all, like some people do. I do not. I do them and I'm done. I kind of that's it. I just do them. Sometimes I use my dip powder. Sometimes I use my pencil, which is so much easier. The pencil is just quick and easy, right? But as I was saying, a lot of my friends weren't going through what I was going through at that time. So I was kind of out there by myself, just like, well, I'm premenopausal. I told them, they're like, oh, I'm not going through that. So, you know, well, I'm hot. They come over to my house, like, oh, girl, it's freezing in here. I mean, I stay hot all the time. My body is different. My skin is different. You know, and as a woman, you always still want to look your best. That's one thing that you really strive on, looking your best. My mom always tells me that, you know, she's like, as you get older, you see yourself changing, but you still want to do and look the best regardless. And I get it now. I get what she was saying, because I'm like, oh, Mama, you look good. What are you talking about? But she always say, you'll learn more by and by. And I understand what she means. I'm understanding more of what she means, you know. So it's a little scary sometimes. And I listen to these younger ones, you know, when you're talking and sometimes on the videos and you're talking about aging and they just don't get it. And they're like, I don't know why these older people trying to stay young. But they will. They'll see. They'll see. They'll see when they start, their skin start changing and just start looking different. And no matter what they do, they cannot lose that weight. You know, there was times where I could just lose weight so easily. It was not a thing, honey. I could lose weight. I can't do that now. It's like so hard. I'm doing it, but you know, but you have to maintain your diet. Watch what you eat. This and this and that. You know, you're like, oh, what in the world is going on, right? Right. So, but you know, that's why I said I wanted to create this channel where we as women, older women, we can talk about these things, you know. We can talk about the weight gain. We can talk about, you know, our skin changing, our hair thinning, you know. All the things that women go through that we just kind of suffer in silence by ourselves because we really do not share how we're feeling and what we're going through. I like to use it like concealer to do all that with. I don't do that. I just use my little, what is it, Anastasia Beverly Hill Pro Pencil and line it and then clean it up with this BK Beauty 209. This is what I'm using to clean it up. And if you do not follow me on Instagram, I did a reel not too long ago about hot flashes, honey. And it is so true everywhere. A hot flash will break out when you least expect it. Anywhere. Mess your hair up and everything. Honey. But anyway, let me go ahead and the thing is, yeah, people say, oh, why don't you take something for it? Why don't you take this, you know, the hormone things and replacements? And I don't want to do that. You know, I want to go through whatever I need to go through natural. I don't want to take anything. I don't want, you know, and I don't know if that's just me or what, but I don't. I just want to go ahead and go through it, do what I got to do, and be done with this. So now what I'm going to do is use my, what is this? Born This Way concealer, the Sculpt, and what is it called? The multi-use Sculpt concealer. I just kind of put some on my eyelid up here, put some up here, a little bit on my nose, a little bit right here. I'm going to use my concealer brush by Angie Hot and Flashy, the A506. I love this brush. Love it. I'm just applying this all over my lid because I'm not really doing any eyeshadow. This is for like discoloration on my lids. Okay, so again, that's what I'm just applying this on my lids for discoloration and to apply my bronzer. That's what we're using today. No eyeshadow. I'm not doing anything like that. No eyeshadow today. And so this is just quick and easy. I know I look so washed out. Oh, you know, I got a lot of response when I started doing these videos on, you know, menopause. And I didn't think they were going to do well when I first started doing them, you know. So I'm just like really shocked that there are a lot of women that are suffering in silence and not saying anything. And so I feel like this is a good thing that, you know, to share what we're going through. So now I'm just going to take this little setting powder in this Hourglass, what is it? The Ambient Hourglass face palette. I love this face palette, one of my favorite. I'm just going to set this really quick all over here so it will not crease. Just setting this really quick. And then I'm just going to go in with my Ace Beauty bronzer. I love this bronzer, little set right here. And I'm going to start off with this one in the middle. And I work my way down. This is just going to be a really easy breezy look, okay? But I'm bringing, basically what I'm doing is just bringing color back into my eyelids because you see how washed out I look? So that's what we're doing. And I'm starting right here at the bottom and then coming on around. So, but like I was saying, yeah, you know, it's good to have someone else to relate to that's like, okay, they're going through the same thing that I'm going through. Because if not, you think you're crazy. And you're not. You're not crazy. We're going through this stuff. Our bodies is changing. Oh, and that's what I was saying. I always tell my friends a lot of times, you know, when I get to heaven, when I die and go to heaven, You know, I'm going to get Eve because she was the one who did this. It's going to be a line waiting for her. She's the one that did this to us. Anyhow, um, I'm to the point now where I'm learning how to accept it, okay? Because I know what it is now. Before, when you first start out, it's a little scary. It's like, what is going on with your body? You're changing, you know. Everything looks different. Your makeup look different. You can't do the things that you used to do. You know, you can, but if you want to, but when you really accept that, okay, I'm getting older. I can't not do this. I can't wear this no more as far as makeup. I can't. Some things, you know, I just cannot do anymore, and I've accepted that. So, you know, you have to change how you eat. You have to just change sometimes the makeup that you're wearing. My skin, I used to have combination skin. Now it's just really straight dry. You know, as I've gotten older, it's dry. I've accepted that, and I've started using products for dry skin, okay? So that's some of the things that, you know, you just have to start doing. And yeah, I talk about it. Share a lot of information on Instagram and TikTok. You know, if you ever are on those sites, go on over and check me out. Like me. Come on over there. We can talk and share things over there as well. That's one of my sites that I enjoy to do because it's very quick and easy. It doesn't take a lot of time like, you know, YouTube does to edit. It's just really quick and convenient. Now I'm just going to go in and take this darker shade just on the outer corners. Using the same brush, just going right out. Just to give me a little bit of depth. Not anything major. This is all I'm doing. This is always just my quick, easy go-to look. Always. And all I'm doing is just making sure everything is blended into the crease. All in this area. It's basically all over the eye, but I leave a little bit of room over here. And another thing, you know, just like with makeup, I used to love the shimmers and all of that. I can't do that like that. I can't wear those anymore because I don't like how it looks. I mean, I can, but I don't like how it looks on my lid now. My lid has a little bit of texture to it now. So, and it kind of shimmer, it shows the texture. And I don't like that. I mean, I could if I wanted to, but I really don't. I don't really want to wear it. So, I'm good with that. So now what I'm going to do is just take this, what is this, NeeCJae Professional Makeup. It's called That's the Point in black. And I'm just going to line. I'm not making a wing. Because this is like a everyday. I don't do a wing or every day. I don't wear lashes every day. Every now and then. You can if you want. But most of the time I do not. I'm just lining my lids. But I know this video's all over the place. But like I was saying, I don't want to use... I just want to go through this naturally, you know? If I can. That's all I want to do. I just want to go through it natural. I don't want to take a whole bunch of medicine. I have enough things that, you know... I have to take other medicines for other issues. Like I have high blood pressure. Go figure. Like, who wants that too? So, things like that. So, I don't want to take any other medicine, you know? So, and that's hereditary. It runs in my family. So, I know I have high blood pressure. It runs in my family. I can't help it, right? So, if you take high blood pressure medicine, I don't want to take a whole bunch of other things. That's just not what I want to do. Now, I'm using this Better Than Sex mascara. I use a couple of mascaras to make my lashes a little thick because I'm not wearing any lashes today. I don't want to. So, I posted a video one time and said, what was it? It was a couple of years ago. It said, getting older is scary, you know? And even you have people in your own family like, what are you talking about? Getting older is scary. Getting older is a blessing. Yes, it is a blessing, but it's scary all at the same time because I've never been older. You know what I mean? Like, what is the deal? And I'm just like, you're seeing, of course, these are the younger generation of people, right? Getting older is scary. What are you talking about? Getting older is a blessing. Some of my, people like, what are you talking about? Sometimes, like my husband always says this. He always say, sometimes you don't even need to respond to things because when they get there, they'll see. It is scary, right? Yeah, you feel blessed to wake up because, like I said, my best friend passed and I really missed her so much. She was like more of a sister than a best friend. She was like my best friend and an older sister because I'm the oldest in my family, right? So she was a little older than me. I think like a couple of years or so older than me. And so she's someone I could talk to and say, are you this and this and that's going on, this and this and that? What about this? But she passed. She passed from breast cancer. Like, she never got to see her children graduate or anything. So yes, I'm thankful and I realize it is a blessing. Now I'm going in with this CoverGirl one. And yes, I realize getting older it is a blessing. And I'm thankful. But it doesn't mean that it's not scary because it is scary, right? Or is it just me? Let me know in the comments. I'm not, you feel blessed, but it's a little scary because you haven't been through this. This is something different. I'm like, God, I'm half of 100 plus 2, right? Before, when growing up, I used to think when you was 50, you was old. Now that I'm 50, I don't think I'm old. That's the way it goes, So when your body start just changing, just different things, it's so good to have somebody to talk to and relate instead of just going through this by yourself sometimes. Because it is a little, not that you're nervous or anything, it's nerve-wracking. The older you get, the more that you start to learn, hey, you know what? I'm going to live life and I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm not going to worry about foolishness. I'm not going to, worry about what's going on, what other people think or say or what, Now I'm taking a black liner and just going right up under your eyes because it feels in the skin and it makes your lashes look thicker. Kind of tricky because you don't want to hit your eye, right? But this is when you start to remind yourself, life is short and you need to enjoy your life to the fullest. It's time out for foolishness, Time out for foolishness. That's why I say, as you get older, you get more wisdom. I have less tolerance for foolishness. Life is short. I have so many people and so many funerals that I have went to, some friends that I'm just like, wow, I cannot believe this, this is crazy. I never expected this person to be gone. So life is precious and we need to enjoy life to the fullest. That's what I always say, so when I say talk about this menopause, I'm not talking about it trying to be in a negative way. I'm talking about it so we can relate to each other, learn to accept it, and find solutions and things that we can do to eliminate it naturally. Like I am all for natural products, and that's what I do. I drink more teas now. Now I've cut out a lot of coffee. I still don't get it twisted. I still drink my cup of coffee, my large cup of coffee, which is probably a good 2, maybe 3 cups in that 1 cup, but I don't drink it like all the time anymore. So I'm still taking this bronzer in this shade right here in the middle. I'm mixing these two right here and kind of just going up here. And I always start here. I don't go all the way down here. I always start up here. Younger, you can place that blush right here on the apples. As you get older, you need to bring it up higher. Go back into this makeup palette right here. And I'm going to pick up some of this blush right here, some of that pinky brush. And I always like to just apply it right around these areas. Right? I do things so non-traditional, as you can tell. Okay, so non-traditional. So I'm taking a little bit now of my concealer, the same one, Born This Way. It's not a really bright because, you know, I don't do that bright look anymore like that. I never really did that bright look. Sometimes as you get older and you have your eyes bright up under here, it makes you look old. Okay, so I don't do that like that. Okay, and I don't bring it all the way up. That's something I do not do. I kind of just bring it around here and down. Do not bring it all the way up now, because if you have any creasing, fine lines and creasing, you know, you can take your hand and kind of dot it around if you want to bring it up a little bit on the ring finger, because this is the sensitive finger for your eyes. And you just kind of, I just bring it a little bit around in that area, just a little bit. And I'm taking, this is one of my favorite brushes by BK Beauty. It's the 110. It's like a brush, I don't know, and a sponge all in one. I love it. It's the perfect brush for this, okay? You hear my phone just going off a half. That's my little things from TikTok and my Instagram. Because I put a reel up and I've been getting a little traction from that. Like, you know. So, a little bit of the bronzer. And just put it up under my eyes. And because it's brown. I still have a little remnants from that style that I had. Oh, God, it looks so horrible. When I go to the doctor, I think I'm going to ask her about this. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just then I take my sponge and just kind of go over the eye area, because you do not want it to look, you don't want any makeup just laying there on your eyes either. So I just take my beauty sponge and just kind of go under it. As I say, if you have fine lines and wrinkles, like right here, this little star is making me look like I have some fine lines and wrinkles. You don't want to really cake this area at all. Taking this little flat BK Beauty brush in 113, and I am going to use this highlighter. I like this highlighter in this Hourglass because it's really soft, really pretty, really natural. It doesn't stick out. And I'm just applying it right above the blush. Right on around to the eye area. So it's almost like a 3. But I don't go down, okay? Right in this area. This gives me a little highlightness in it, and I love that. Take a little bit of the setting spray on the brush that I just used, the Angie Hot and Flashy A506. I'm going to spray this brush with a little bit of this setting spray by Anastasia Beverly Hills, this Dewy Set. And what I do is just apply it lightly right up under here, under my eye area, because this helps to set this concealer too, this way, you know. 207 brush, and I'm just going to take a little bit of that and put it right there at the beginning, just to wake me up a little bit, give me a little eye opener. Glad I have this community where we can talk about these things and our issues and what's going on with our bodies. And a little uneasy when you are first going through it and you don't know what's going on, and you just see your hair thinning and you see your makeup, no matter what you're doing, your skin looks different. No matter what you're doing, you're trying to take care of it, you know. But I'm telling you, the thing to do now, especially with your skin, if you see your skin changing, try to get on you a skincare regimen. You know, like I said, I always like my hyaluronic acids and my skincare products. That is what helps me maintain my youthfulness with your skin. You know, you really, when you start getting older, you should start anyway. Before you get older, you know, start really having a skincare regimen, taking care of your skin. But especially as you get older, you really want to take care of your skin and maintain the healthiness of your skin. You'll see a big difference when you start really taking care of your skin. And the products that you may use, and you go back, you may not be able to use it within a month or two. That is something that I deal with all the time. Some of my favorite products, and I'm like, oh, I'm in love with this. And then all of a sudden, it's like, it's not working for me. Like, what is going on? Right? It's like, what is going on? So now I'm just taking what's ever left on this brush and just kind of carving out my little fat face. My face sometimes, with me gaining weight, this is the first place you'll see it. And I have a lot of water weight. So sometimes I'll lose the water weight. And I don't even have to eat anything and gain it right back. So my body is like, is in shambles. It don't know. It does not know what it's doing. It's like back and forth. I can tell that the weight is trying to go down. I have to intermittent fasting. That's what I'm doing. And so far, so good. It's really helping me tone down. I was doing the vegan thing, but my body did not like that. You know, when you're trying to lose weight and all this stuff, and you're trying to do what you can, because, you know, I'm like, I don't care what people say or what women, you still want to maintain your youthfulness. Even though you know you're changing, you're getting older, you still just want to look good and feel healthy. You know, so these people that say, oh, you know, it's nothing, you just have to go with the flow, they're probably not your age yet. I realize that, you know, they're probably not your age, so they have no clue whatsoever. Now, again, I'm going back in here and taking some of this bronzer because I just like, and just go over the blush because it just gives it more of a natural look, you know what I mean? So I take this bronzer and just go over the little blushiness that I just did because it makes it look just really natural. Taking my powder from Hourglass. Love this powder. It's one of my favorite because it's so nice, so finely milled. It's the Ambient Diffuse Light, okay? And I just take my BK Beauty 102 brush and tap it in there and just apply it all over. This is when I apply it up into my eyes now, okay? I don't do it all before. This is it. This is what I apply. I'm going to set it with my setting spray. Use my little fan. And this is one of my favorite matte lipsticks because it looks so kind of natural. And I put a little, I'm using a little lip gloss lately. And y'all know I don't use lip gloss often. But I like this combo. I have a video that I was doing my edges and somebody was like, oh, I hate when somebody do their edges. But honey, you don't, I'm not doing yours. Like, this is mine. I want to do it on mine. I'm not doing your edges, honey. So why is that a big deal to you? Just don't watch it. You know what I mean? Get on this hair. Alright, so this is the finished look. Going through menopause, it is a big change. It's almost a shock to the system. But you know, we as women, we deal with so much. We are mothers, sisters, daughters, and friends. we help everyone else, but sometimes we tend to neglect ourselves. So, that's why I really wanted to create these videos where we can get on here and talk about and share information with one another. You know, if you have some suggestions or some natural things that you've been doing to combat these hot flashes and just some of the signs of menopause and premenopause, please put it down here. Let's talk about it, because there's some things that we need to share within our little own community with this menopause. You know, women, we need to sometimes talk about the uncomfortable things, you know, like the weight gain, the hair loss. So anyway, I hope this video was interesting and helpful, and I hope we talked on some subjects that maybe some of you all are going through. We'll do another menopause talk in March. So let me know down in the comments below what you want to talk about. What topics, what are you dealing with? So I can let you know what I'm dealing with. We can just talk about it. So anyway, guys, again, check me out on Instagram and TikTok. I'm also, on Twitter. I'm on all of that stuff. NeeCJae is the name. So anyway, guys, thank you so very much for just taking time out to watch my videos. I greatly appreciate it. Peace and love until next time.